When men don't have control over their sexual impulses, they will either watch pornography all day long or end up getting a girl they don't even like pregnant. And this is exactly why sexually disciplined men have more time, have more money, and end up dating the women of their dreams. They get everything they want. And in today's video, I'm gonna show you how you can become sexually disciplined so you can get everything you want as well. Let's start with the pornography pandemic. You have to understand this. Pornography became mainstream in the mid-1990s alongside with the internet. Fast forward to today, 2024, according to a study, more than 98% of men watch pornography on a regular basis. But it gets worse, because another study found that while most men watch pornography every day, the worst offenders are so addicted that they watch it multiple times a day. Now, if this is you and you know who you are, I'm gonna need you to watch this video to the very end, or else you will remain sexually undisciplined for the rest of your life, which will limit you from getting your basic wants. Now, I know most of you are so stuck that you're like, I don't know how to get out of it. But it's because you don't understand how pornography works on your brain. And the reason I know this is because I've been researching this heavy, because it was itching me. Why are so many young guys, so many of you, losing the daily battle to this? And during my deep research, I came across one of the largest reviews ever done on pornography. What they found is that the biggest reason as to why men watch porn is because of something they call the AAA influence, which stands for affordability, accessibility, and anonymity. So you already know what my goal is. My goal now is to show you how to offset each of those influences from the AAA so you can finally get control and become sexually disciplined. Let's start with the first step. Introduce filters to get rid of the affordability associated with pornography. All the porn you could ever want is free, which is why the first major influence that porn has on you is its affordability. Obviously, you can't decrease the financial affordability of something that's already free. So instead, I'm gonna show you how to decrease the time and energy affordability of watching pornography through your service provider. To start, get in contact with your network provider over the phone or via email. Then, you will want to ask your network provider to add a parental or a pornography filter to your account. To make this process easier, I want you to do this phone call right after you've just watched pornography, now that you have a clear head. Now, the next time you get that urge to watch pornography, you have to get on the phone with your network provider to remove that parental filter, thereby increasing the time and energy cost of watching porn and decreasing its affordability to you. Now you've accomplished the first step of removing the influence porn has on you. But we have two more to tackle. You have to introduce strategic friction to reduce accessibility. Understand this, your brain, it's hardwired for survival. In other words, it's gonna seek out the biggest rewards for the lowest amount of effort. The accessibility of porn hijacks that system by allowing you to pull out your phone, and now you have access to the most beautiful women on the planet and you're drooling for no effort. So, I'm gonna show you how you can reduce this accessibility by adding friction to the 3 levels of pornography. Now, the first layer is that hardcore pornography, the stuff that you find on the hardcore websites. Now, if you listened to me and followed my previous tip from the affordability section, you've already blocked this one. You've already added enough friction here. So now let's move up another layer. This is what I call moderate pornography. This is the photos and videos that you see of half-dressed or fully underdressed girls that you see on social media, on TikTok and Instagram. Now, if you want to add friction to this layer of pornography, you can do the same thing. Open up your social media settings, add a parental filter or a restricted mode. Then that amount of moderate pornography you're gonna see that could trigger you to the hardcore stuff will be decreased significantly. Now let's move on to the last layer, which is what I call soft pornography. This includes the random photos or videos of random women fully dressed, but they're thirst trapping you, that you see all over social media. Now, it is impossible to completely remove all these triggers. However, you can significantly reduce them by every time that you see a picture like that, you just click on not interested, so the algorithm stops feeding you. What you have now done is added friction to every layer of pornography. Think about it. Most of you start by seeing pictures of hot girls, soft porn. Then you go search trends on TikTok and start looking at modern pornography, right? The girls that are half dressed, but that's not enough. It takes you to the third layer, which is the hardcore stuff. With this method, you won't remove your pornography addiction, but it will reduce the chances of you wanting to watch it randomly by being triggered by any of those 3 layers. This will also keep you focused, which will increase motivation, which you're gonna need to get rid of this final influence, which takes us to that third step, add accountability to remove anonymity. The fact that you can watch pornography without anyone ever knowing is another reason why it's so addicting to use. But you can use accountability to offset that anonymity. First, you're gonna need to admit that you have a problem, and you're gonna have to tell somebody that's close to you that you're trying to quit. The best thing is to tell a friend that's dealing with the same problem, as this is the most ideal, as they won't judge you. But if you don't have that friend or don't have a friend at all around you that you can trust, then I'm gonna tell you to use a service like our sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp offers online counseling with trained, licensed professionals that you will be matched with or put in touch that know the ins and outs of your addiction. But here's the best part. Because it is an online service and they're professionals, you can change your consultant if you don't feel comfortable with him or her, or you don't think it's a right fit. Now, once you have located this person, whenever you're about to watch pornography, I want you to call or message this person, or at the very least, make a note so at least you can catch up with him about it later. Now, yes, telling a friend is great because it's free, but I'm gonna be honest with you, using a service like our sponsor BetterHelp is unmatched. They have a wide variety of professionals that are on standby that will provide you the advice you need to not only remain accountable, but also help you break this addiction with high-level information. Now, if you follow what I'm telling you, you will now have the AAA of influence completely under control. And because of that, you will experience a ton of benefits in your life. Don't believe me? Well, according to data from XVideos, which is one of the largest pornography sites in the world, the average man spends around 17 minutes a day watching pornography, which means you, by simply removing pornography from your life, you will save 2 hours a week, 100 hours a year. And then on top of that, I found another study that was talking about that heavy porn users were found to have lower amounts of gray matter in their brain. This is crucial for both memory and emotion, which means that if you become sexually disciplined and do what I just said, you will have more time, but also be much smarter than the men around you. But here's the bad part. Sexual discipline doesn't stop at just pornography use. You see, most men are also sexually undisciplined when it comes to women in real life. And this leads to two more problems that are arguably, in my opinion, worse than the pornography addiction. Because those two problems, they act as roadblocks and that final hurdle to get everything you want in life. That first roadblock is that you go after the wrong women. So you're gonna use cognitive dissonance to just stop chasing women. You have to understand that the problem with addiction is that when you solve it, you tend to replace it with something else. For men that watch porn, once they'll fix that, what they'll do is that they'll just start chasing women in real life to the point that it becomes needy or like they're simping for them. They are desperate, like a drug addict. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because that exact desperation is what leads them to be denied by more and more women, which just results in them getting upset and angry, so they go back to pornography or chasing low-quality women. So you're gonna get rid of the version of yourself that wants to simp for women using cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is the stress that a man feels when his actions and his beliefs don't align. So to deal with this, you're gonna sit down and create a list of 5 short-term goals, like saving money, or you want to start going to the gym. And then create a list of 5 long-term goals, like finding a quality woman you can marry or starting a family. Then, beside each of those goals, I want you to think and write down how chasing women prevents you from reaching that goal. Now, the next time that you have a craving to go chase women or start simping, I want you to pull up that list on your notes app and read it. Now, if this doesn't work because you struggle to stick to your goals, then you need to use the accountability system I just mentioned. And if you listen to me and you have a buddy or a licensed professional like from BetterHelp, they're gonna help you stay accountable so you can reach those goals. Additionally, you're gonna be given high quality advice on how to stick to those goals, how to stay accountable. I'm telling you, BetterHelp is a life changer. If you guys want to check them out, I'm going to have them linked down below. There's also going to be a special offer that's limited time so you can get started and get the help you actually need. If you guys want to check out BetterHelp, they're going to be linked down below. Now, to get rid of the second roadblock, you'll need to use the purity test on every woman you date. Because once you overcome your desire to chase women, it's not over yet. According to a study, these men become so sexually undisciplined that over 25% of them end up cheating on their wives. So I'm going to show you why they cheat, and also how you can never cheat again if you use this purity test. Now, there are a number of reasons why men cheat, but one of the biggest ones is that they end up settling for a low-quality woman that they never really liked, but that's all they had access to. They were sexually undisciplined. They couldn't control themselves, so they jumped the gun. So to use this purity test, I want you to think of the woman you're dating or that you're maybe about to marry. Then, I want you to run each of these 10 check boxes next to her. A body count under 10, has never cheated, never takes drugs, is not lazy, she's not entitled, has 0 children, has no social media vanity, has no sexual pictures online, is financially independent, and does she have a good relationship with her parents? Now, if this girl has a score under 7, you need to be sexually disciplined enough to understand that she might be good for dating, but not to settle down with. If she has a score that's 7 and above, then you can consider her for marriage. And if she has a score of 9 or above, then you should put a ring on that finger because you found yourself a quality woman. By using this priority checklist for every woman you date in the future, you increase the odds of having a successful marriage and being satisfied that you got the woman of your dreams. At this point, you now got rid of your porn addiction by tackling the AAA influence that it has on you. You then use the purity test to find a high quality woman you can focus on. By just doing this, you have now unlocked more time, more money, and more motivation to get everything else you want in life. And why did you have all this? Because you listened to your brother and you became sexually disciplined and have access to everything. I want you to save this video as it's one of the most important ones you've ever watched. And if you ever find yourself slipping, I want you to come back here because I want all of you to control your sexual desires. See you boys next time.